What's cracking, guys? Omar Aesop here with my boy Greg Nuckols, aka G Nucks.
How's it going?
And we're going to be answering your questions.
That's such a shitty greeting. I need to work on that.
Don't worry about it. We're at Captain Planet's place drinking some brews, and we're going to answer your questions on our Instagram. So without further ado, let's get right to it. We're going to keep this kind of long and loose as well. So in-depth questions we've obviously filmed videos on, so don't expect 2-minute answers. This is more loose, more informal.
Yep.
What's your favorite sport?
To play or to watch? To play would probably be basketball. To watch, man, I love watching table tennis. Like,
way to fuck up that question, Greg. Let's ask a technical question here. What are the long-term effects of consistently using mixed grip for pulling on one side only? So let's say you do like over-under this way, and that's the way you do it for years and years.
I mean, like, as long as you're doing like double overhand stuff for other pulling, I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference, really.
This is actually a great question for us. Is beer a good post-workout meal? It sure is. We just actually trained, so I don't know if there's any science behind that. This actually is the opposite.
Actually,
this is the worst thing we could do, Greg.
Actually, there was a study done looking at total body rehydration, comparing like water to a sport. I think it was just water to like a regular lager.
Okay.
And they actually found that the beer did rehydrate better than water did.
What?
Yeah, it was from out of Spain, University of Seville, I believe.
That's amazing. I love how you just know all this stuff. Nigel, who's actually in the other room. What's up, Nigel?
Hey guys.
Just wants to say, hey, keep it down over there. He said no question. I just think Greg is nice. Why do foam rollers make me cry? Do you think foam rollers are overrated? 10-second response.
Well, not going to be 10 seconds, but I do think they're kind of overrated. So if you look at the literature on them, they don't actually do much to increase like flexibility, mobility long term. Kind of like stretching, the effects are fairly short-lived. They dissipate within a couple minutes. They do acutely help improve range of motion a bit, and also they improve like blood flow to the musculature. So if you're foam rolling and then like immediately doing some sort of strengthening exercise through that slightly longer range of motion, it may help you like hold on to that range a little bit better.
I like how, so some people are asking some very technical questions, good questions, right? In-depth questions. Some questions we won't get into. I love how other people just ask the most random general questions. Like, they know you're visiting here, and this guy just wants to know, how long should I cook my rice for? Like,
Throw it in a pot, put the water in, turn it on high, bring it to a boil. Once the water starts boiling, put a lid over it, let some steam build up, take it off the heat, let it sit for 30 minutes, it'll be perfect.
I downloaded you guys' program. It's going great. The Modified Bulgarian Method. Awesome. For about a month, and he's currently 5 weeks out from a powerlifting meet. How should he adjust peak weeks?
Okay. The thing that works really well for most people is basically run it like you typically would up until the week of the meet. And then the Monday, like either the Sunday before meet week or the Monday of meet week, work up to your openers on squat and bench. And then, and like 2 weeks out, pull like a heavy deadlift. So you're mostly doing some maximal deadlift work. You're going to want to take like 2 or 3 weeks to pull fairly heavy to get used to that again. Do that 4, 3, and 2 weeks out. Have a heavy deadlift day. And then the week of the meet itself, hit openers on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, just hit daily maxes. Don't do drop back volume. Wednesday, Thursday, just work up to daily mins. Again, no drop back volume. Friday, keep it very light, 50-60%, just a couple sets of, like really light sets of 3, just to keep those motor patterns fresh and snappy for meet day, and then Saturday compete.
How can I get a heavier bench? I assume that means a bigger bench, but...
Get bigger.
Okay. Everybody likes to bench. Everyone, when you start training, no one starts training, I love that, that is a thing, that's a fucking lie that everyone says. When you first start training, you're not like, oh, the bench sucks, I'm just gonna squat. It's like, everybody does the bench press.
If you bench 405 and some bro's like, hey man, what do you bench? And you can say like 4 wheels, like, it just makes you feel like you have an 8-inch cock and are on top of the world. Like,
Right.
it's awesome.
How did you guys meet? That sounds like a weird question. Online, as all good things happen.
Yeah, so We were on ChristianMingle.com.
No, it was HebrewHoneys.com. Hebrew Honeys.
You know, like the romantic relationship didn't go how we expected it to, but we're still friends.
Yeah.
So
That's most important. If you could be any Dragon Ball Z character, who would you be and why?
Oof.
You follow Dragon Ball Z, right? Like,
Yes, of course. Okay. Probably Vegeta. I like Vegeta.
That is clearly the pick. So now that you've taken the pick, and Goku is also another obvious choice in a way, especially if you watch the original Dragon Ball or you read the manga. He's actually really cool.
He was cool in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, he's just so one-dimensional.
I would say if they fleshed out Trunks a little bit more. You took Vegeta, so I can't fucking go for Vegeta.
Sorry about that.
It'd probably be Trunks.
Okay.
For multiple reasons. Are there such things as macro-friendly hot dogs?
You're in the arms of the angel.
I feel there's like another question to that, but I don't really.
I don't know if that's like an innuendo.
Yeah, so let's just skip that. Let's just skip it. Okay. Yeah.
Tofu hot dogs are great.
Alice, do me a favor and just don't talk while we're doing this Q&A. I'm just joking. Oh no, he's in the field position now. He's the worst. Who's your idol?
Who's my idol? Oh.
Billy Idol?
Oh, that's such a tough question.
You don't have to say me. You can say
Robert
Billy.
Plant.
Huh?
Robert Plant?
No.
No, his pants were too tight and he didn't have anything going on down there. Like,
Yeah.
he was a great singer. Led Zeppelin's legendary in my top 5 bands of all time.
I would say probably like Elon Musk.
I'll go with Nikola Tesla.
Tesla's a good one too.
Bro.
No, I don't.
You have nothing left. Something relates to actually fitness. What exercises are good for increasing how much I can overhead press?
Overhead press.
They want to hear some fancy new exercise they've never heard before.
Push press is really good. It's good for an overload. Push press with like a controlled eccentric. So push press it up and then try to lower it under control 3-4 seconds.
Do you think Donald Trump is metrosexual enough to become the new president?
I think Donald Trump can go fuck himself, really.
That's a fantastic answer. Skinny fat, obviously the question everybody wants to know. So I'm going to assume he has some fat, but he also doesn't really have any muscle. Not too much fat though, he's just skinny. To bulk or to cut? What should he do?
Probably cut.
Yeah. Lose that fat?
Yeah.
No. Any advice for him?
Calorie deficit?
That sounds too crazy. Is that science?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll believe you on that. Do you think alpha males have big calves?
I mean, probably. I mean, just now that I know you and like your personality.
Do you gain any size squatting every day or nah?
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's going to relate more strongly to your training volume than anything else. And generally, the more frequently you train a lift, the more like total weekly volume you can accumulate. So, like let's say you do like 21 sets of squats in a day, like you're gonna be wrecked. And that's probably kind of above the threshold of what your body can like productively adapt to. Whereas like you could do 3 sets with that same weight every day and probably adapt and respond just fine. So if like you're just working up to a daily max and that's really all you're doing, your weekly volume is still like fairly moderate. But if you're pushing your back off sets and getting and really accumulating a lot of weekly volume, it can work pretty well.
Guys, that is the Q&A. If you like this, let's face it, like the damn video, leave a comment below. Link's going to be in the description. Greg, thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
To follow Greg, make sure you do that. I'm looking at you, sitting on the toilet. I know who you are. And you should be, let's say, they should have liked the video. Like, you're on the toilet, you're taking a crap, you watch this whole thing, you're at the end.
Yeah.
So they should have liked it. Anyways, guys, we'll be seeing everyone, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!